Now, London businesses were celebrated for their voluntary work and fundraising in an awards ceremony held last night. Those honoured together raised over £10 million that go towards benefiting nearly 500,000 Londoners. Joining me now are two representatives of companies who won prizes, Dan Bodle and Katie Cairns, as well as Noah Berger, who's head of responsible business at the City of London Corporation. Welcome all and congratulations to you. Noah, let's start and say, what's the thinking behind putting these awards on?
Sure. So we've got really two primary purposes. One is around celebrating best practice and how companies are engaging in communities. As you said, we've seen through our applicants this year that almost 500,000 Londoners have been supported by their work. So we really want to set a high bar for businesses. And then the second aspect that we're trying to achieve is really inspiring businesses that are perhaps not yet engaged in their communities to get them to see what perhaps their competitors are doing and bring them to the table.
Let's start with one of the winners. One of these winners, these fantastically handsome dragon trophies. Katie, you work for Assail Architecture, one of the best new community programme for your Give Something Back programme. Tell us about what the ethos behind this programme is and what you do.
Sure. The Giving Something Back programme at Assail is about helping those less fortunate than ourselves and giving back to the community. For us, it's really important as a business to not only donate money, but also to volunteer our time. And I think that's what sets us apart from other businesses that have community programmes. We do a whole range of activities, from gardening tasks for local community members, employability workshops for young people, raising money by sleeping out for homeless charities. So there's a real vast range of things, and we try to get as many staff members involved as possible.
Now, Dan, your organisation, Dentons, has a longer standing. You won, indeed, the Longstanding Achievement Award for your Poplar Law Centre. Tell us about what that does and how important it is for the company to take part in things like corporate and social responsibility.
So Poplar was set up 10 years ago, and really what it is a free legal advice centre in Tower Hamlets, and its focus is on providing legal advice to those who really excluded from that process in the cuts with legal aid and such matters. We go in, we provide advice to people who would otherwise struggle to represent themselves and deal with those ordinary day-to-day matters that we as lawyers take for granted. And really, I think in terms of what it means to us, it's a fantastic project for our staff to volunteer and get involved in. It gives them a great sense of achievement and a very direct feedback from the local community that you're helping somebody out who would otherwise really struggle on a day-to-day basis with some of the things that come up in ordinary life.
Does it help as well the sort of someone who may be, say, a corporate finance lawyer, all their time is spent with bankers and other business leaders, to spend time with members of the community who are well away from that? What does that do to those, to the members of the staff who get to do that?
Well, I actually think that, there's two things. The first being, it probably makes them a better lawyer, which of course we're always interested in. Because it's like any other client. It's about dealing with people, it's about giving advice, it's about responding to their needs, and we do exactly the same in our day job. So I think there's a sort of sense of professional achievement, but I also think we spend a lot of time in a rarefied atmosphere. We're actually getting back into the community, and being in and of the community we work in is fantastic for morale.
Katie, your firm, you're not just doing, I know there is some mentoring of architectural students, but you're doing many other things as well. What does that do for staff?
Oh, it really boosts the staff morale. I mean, the participation in our Giving Something Back activities is so high. Everyone wants to get involved, and it really improves things like our teamwork, leadership skills, communication skills. We do some architectural things, but a lot of it is just giving our time and being enthusiastic, and it's a really high-spirited thing in the practice.
95% of your staff participate.
Is
it a three-line whip? Do people have to take part?
No, they really don't. They genuinely want to. But I mean, it's fantastic, and it sort of just is getting bigger and bigger. There's a staff member who said to me the other day, "Does a day go by where we don't do something charitable?" I was like, "Nope, that's the aim."
No, look, I mean, I know that certainly after, say, 2008, a lot of the sort of criticism of financial went towards just blindly the city. You know, the city did this. How important do you think it is to, even though that was unfair in many cases, how important do you think it is to revitalise that image of businesses who are operating in the square mile?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is important, but we can't start with just the external perception. We have to start by making sure that businesses themselves are improving their practices and connecting better with communities and the public. So I think it's both important to celebrate what's happening, but also to recognise that businesses are on a journey that doesn't end just with winning a Dragon Award. And I think, you know, you've touched a little bit on some of the benefits that businesses receive from being involved in the community. And I think it's really important, and what we're seeing more and more as the awards develop is how businesses themselves are changing as a result of their experiences of working with charities. So it really just doesn't stop there.
One thing, of course, businesses always like to do is appear ahead of their competitors. Are you noticing now that there's a bit of CSR competition? Companies keen to be doing even more than the guys next door?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we use that a little bit to our advantage so that more gets done. But we're actually also seeing more through the awards, companies coming together and collaborating even within sectors where they might be generally seen as competitors, thinking about what they can achieve together as a sector because they've got shared interests.